Only 10 hours and 9 minutes remain until Calamari is going to be announced the winner of the 7th parachain auction on Kusama, which is definitely something bullish in my opinion, because we know that Calamari is the nearest project that we've seen to Moonriver, okay, in terms of the tokenomics, right? When it comes to the actual use case, it's totally different. It has nothing to do with Moonriver. But when we're talking about tokenomics, this is the nearest one to Moonriver, and that's why I'm super hyped about it, and we should get it in about a month and a half's time. It all depends how quick the Manta network and Calamari network devs will be moving through the different phases, but we do have a live roadmap which I've discussed previously in other videos, which we're going to take a look at, and we're going to keep an eye on when they do win the parachain auction, of course, because that's where we're going to see the updates, and then we're going to be able to report on those updates as soon as we get updates within that roadmap, pretty much. Right, so yes, we can see here, like I said, they've got 91.55% chance of winning. It's actually 100% because there's no way that Basilisk are going to take this. And if we go to the crowdloan section, we can see Basilisk are getting close but still quite far off, and considering there are 10 hours left, it's unlikely that Basilisk is going to break 217.93k contribution, so they need about 218k. And they need to get lucky, because if the winning block has already been chosen, then it doesn't matter if Basilisk are in the lead, right? They just have that very, very slight probability should the contributions exceed Calamari's contributions, but it's not going to happen, right? So you can rest assured. That being said, Basilisk are going to win the 8th auction, which is due to start tomorrow once the winner is announced for Calamari. But then for the 9th auction, I have very, very strong belief that Altair is going to win. And just a kind reminder in the description of this video, if you want to support Altair, we are huge supporters of Centrifuge on this channel, and also Altair, of course, because it's the Canary network on Kusama. So if you want to contribute and you want to use my referral link, I would very much appreciate it. We both get 5% extra bonus, so that would definitely help. Next, I would think Parallel Heiko is going to take the last one for the 10th auction, but it looks like Polka Smith are closing in here. I know there's quite a gap, but any miracles could happen, because remember, when there's only one left, there's going to be a huge battle. So we could see potential supporters of Polka Smith, or maybe even Genshiro or Kintsugi, try to take over and fight against Parallel Heiko. That being said, Parallel Heiko has some huge backers. I'm not happy with their distribution for the crowdloan because it's only 2%, and the majority of the tokens are actually going to those VCs and to the private investors, which is kind of against my belief when it comes to these crowdloans, especially the Kusama Crowdloans, because a lot of these are community based, and that's why I like the Kusama Crowdloans a lot. I know that the Polkadot ones are likely going to do better because there are rumors that Binance is going to support the parachain auctions on Polkadot. If they will, then even if they have VCs and private investors, the price is still going to do well, simply because they're on the largest cryptocurrency exchange, right? So of course there's going to be dumps when those VCs and private investors do sell, but they will be picking back up as soon as they get updates and integrations. Projects like Moonbeam are likely going to be very hyped from the beginning, because they've all seen, all the community has seen Moonriver's run, and some people have missed that. So they want to get in heavy in Moonbeam with the hope that the same thing may happen, although I highly doubt it. There is a possibility that they could run really well. So at some point I'm likely going to do a price prediction video on Moonbeam, just to give you my thoughts, considering what the situation is with the VCs, with the private investors, etc. But anyway, kind reminder, if you want to contribute to Altair, you get 5% bonus. With Basilisk, the issue right now is that the distribution that you're going to get for your contribution is not going to be as big, because it linearly drops, okay, but they are definitely guaranteed a win. So if you want to be guaranteed a win, you can get in, of course, but Altair are also going to win. So why not Altair? Because you also get that bonus, right? So you got to think about, what are my chances of earning the most out of these crowdloans, okay? So that's what you have to think about. Also, Basilisk have a humongous supply, so that's something to keep in mind. But on the plus side, they are the nearest to Calamari in terms of tokenomics. However, you're not going to get any initial unlock from when they actually go live on exchanges and the token becomes transferable. It's all going to be linearly unlocked, which means that you're going to get maybe 2%, maybe 3%, maybe even 5%. It all depends how slow they're going to be with the different phases towards enabling governance and towards enabling transfers. So yes, Calamari has 34% on lock, and that's why I was saying that it's the closest to Moonriver, and it's one that's likely going to do well. But on the negative side, Calamari is not going to get listed on Kraken. The Kraken ate the Calamari, as you know, I've mentioned this before. And jokes aside, it's simply because their legal team doesn't want to list privacy tokens, but they have listed Monero. So yeah, it's a bit surprising to me, but it is what it is. They will, however, list Basilisk, so we'll have to see if Huobi might be listing Calamari. I do have high hopes that Huobi will be listing Calamari. If they will, that's definitely gonna replace the FUD that we've got with Kraken not listing Calamari, which would have helped with the price. But anyway, and before we move on to the next topic, which is the Moonriver token price, I'd like to take a moment to thank today's channel sponsors, BitSwapDex, for sponsoring this video. So let's watch this short clip and then we'll continue on with the rest of the video.
BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap will get you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.com.
Let's move on to the next topic because I have some other big news for you. With regards to Moonriver, aside from the current price, which seems to be picking up once again, I'm really happy with this. You could see we had this massive pullback here. I was not too worried, to be honest, because we had this humongous growth, remember? So it was about time we had a bit of a cool off, and you could see that this support area here has held so well. This was previously resistance, now acting as support. It held super well. So we have to thank this area here for happening, right? Because if this pop wouldn't have happened here, then we could have likely gone lower. So that held really well. Technical analysis worked wonder in this specific case for Moonriver. So now it's off to the races. Now we don't know how high we could go. We are retesting that area once again now, which is acting like a resistance, because you could see here that the previous support when we had the all-time high is now acting as resistance. So we're going to struggle a little bit here, but once we break past it with some more bullish news, some more buying pressure, we're likely going to see higher prices once again because of this bullish news that I'm about to bring you. And this is about CoinMarketCap. So when CoinMarketCap do a tech deep dive, they normally go into the features, the tokenomics, and price prediction. And with the price prediction, it's something that I want to share on this channel right now. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because there's no point. We already know how Moonriver works. But if you don't, please check this article. By the way, I am going to post a link in the description of this video. But this part that's interesting to me, at least because we are interested in the price at the end of the day, right? We want to see it do well. You could see here, we'll take a look at the tokenomics quickly. So 40% to community initiatives and parachain slot reserve, 30% went to the crowd loan, and that's why it's bullish. That's why I said Calamari has some similarity. 24.5% to long-term network stewardship and adoption, 4.5% to the developer adoption program. And again, Calamari is going to have something similar. I believe it's like 15% for them. No biggie there, right? Remember, they do have the similarity, 35% on lock. 20% sorry, goes to the crowd loan participants for Calamari. It's going to be a little bit more than 20%. In fact, it's going to be about 21.7% to be exact because of the 217K contribution. 0.5% go to the treasury and 0.5% to the parachain bond reserve. But to continue on here, this is the important one. This is the important one. It must be noted that the Moonriver token is not listed on Binance yet, which is the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. However, the rising popularity of the MOVR token has now made it a solid contender for getting listed on the popular exchange. So how does CoinMarketCap know that Moonriver is a solid contender based on the popularity? How do they know that unless they have some insider info? So to me, this just seems like they know what is the criteria for Binance to list a token which has a lot of popularity without them applying to get listed. Now remember that they don't actually need to apply to get listed. They could, but Binance Labs have invested in PureStake, guys. I mean, it's a no-brainer here. PureStake is the company behind Moonbeam and Moonriver. I've been mentioning this time and time again ever since I've done that price prediction video. Like, to me, this just seems like it's a no-brainer that Binance are going to list them, but I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know if they're waiting for a bigger dip, a market correction before they list, or if they're doing some other stuff. If they've got a backlog and they just don't have the time to list yet, but they're going to come to it. Maybe it's in the backlog. If it's in the backlog, then it's a given. It's going to happen, right? But like I said, I do think that before the end of this year, we're going to see Moonriver on Binance. This is my prediction. So to continue on, if this happens, Moonriver holders may expect the price to skyrocket and clear the $500 mark, which I have no doubt about, right? I do think this is definitely going to happen if they list on Binance. I think 700 is going to be the most pessimistic scenario, with a closer to 1K mark for the optimistic scenario, of course, because it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to hit 1K straight away, but we could be roaming around the 700, 750 mark for a while, all depending on how the price is doing before the Binance listing. Next, let's talk about Karura. So now we're going to talk about some bullish news for Bifrost, because Bifrost have progressed to the next phase on the parachain deployment status, right? When they go through the different phases before they enable transfers, because this is the part that we're interested in. This is the part that we're looking forward to. Ever since that we've contributed to the Bifrost Crowdloan back in June, we're waiting for this. So we could see here that Karura are the first DEX to list the BNC token. Again, they've added it, but it's because transfers are not enabled yet. There's no liquidity, obviously, right? Because you cannot send BNC over there, but you can send, for example, KSM and supply liquidity. So there's going to be pairs which are going to be trading probably KOR with BNC, or maybe KUSD with BNC, but maybe even KSM with BNC, but they will be supporting it. So Karura is going to be the first DEX to integrate Bifrost and support the BNC token trading there. And of course, you can earn from supply liquidity to BNC if you do decide to do so. Also, you will be able to do that through their dashboard, the Bifrost dashboard. But it's nice to see Karura integrate Bifrost. To me, this is definitely something big for Bifrost. Remember, Bifrost has also been helping a lot of these crowd loans from batch 2, such as Basilisk, such as Calamari, through the VSKSM minting process, just like we've seen when we contributed to Bifrost, right? You were going to get VSKSM if we had used that mint link, the referral link that I gave you, and where we both got a bonus as well. So yeah, definitely big news for Bifrost. And to finalize this with Bifrost, now to close it off, Bifrost have now removed the pseudo key. Okay, so that's the next phase before the transfers will get enabled. As you can see, they've been also upgraded to 0.8.5, and I think 0.8.6 is when the transfers will be enabled. However, they are saying that in the next proposal, a referendum proposal is launching for SALP and opening VSKSM and VS bond transfers. So I do remember Lerp is the CEO saying that he wants to see VSKSM and VS bond transfer first before transfers are enabled for the BNC token. So to me, it means that we're likely going to have one more upgrade, 0.8.6, and then we're going to see the transfers get enabled. So to me, it's like one more week of waiting for this proposal to go through and to complete, and then on the last week of September we're likely going to see the last proposal, which is going to be to enable the BNC transfers. And then the exchanges are going to prepare for Kraken, prepare for Karura, because we've seen they've added it, prepare for KuCoin, MEXC, and also Gate, maybe later OKX as well, because they were supposed to be supporting these crowd loans. They did. You were able to contribute on OKX if you had KSM on there and you wanted to contribute through OKX. So Bifrost is going to get listed on a number of exchanges. There's been a lot of hype with them, but there are some downsides to BNC. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit concerned. I'm going to hold a big bag, but I'm still concerned because VCs have invested, right? There's going to be seed investors, private sale investors, and they're going to get a small percentage unlock at TGE. So we could expect a bit of a price pullback, to be honest, but we'll have to see. With all the hype, with the way the market has been going, anything could happen. Anything could happen. It's the wild, wild west. It's crypto. It could shock us all, just like Moonriver has shocked us, and it's not stopping to shock us because many things could still happen. That's been it from today's video. I'd like to thank you as always. Don't forget to drop me a comment if you enjoyed it and like the video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.